Hi, I am Kong here and welcome Finite Element Analysis with MATLAB Analysis for beam structure. In this tutorial, I just want to quickly introduce you on the contents and section in our course and to help you to have a good start. In our course, firstly, in this the first section here, we have introduction sections. Firstly, just introduction tutorial, and after that, we have key information in FEA, and we will start learning two node beam elements. So it's very simple start for you. And after that, we will go directly to the beam formulation section, section 2 here. And as you can see, we will start firstly 3D beam formulations. So in there, you can learn beam kinematics in this tutorial. And after that, we will apply the theory we learned from tutorial 4 here by analyzing the first example in 3D beam structure, just a single beam subjected to some loadings. And because it is the first time we conduct finite element analysis for beam structure, so the tutorial is quite long, so I decide to split the tutorial in two, part 1 and part 2 here, but they actually the same lecture. Okay, and after that we will learn how to deal with 3D complex beam structure. Regarding to the formation, how we can deal with the 3D complex beam structure. And in this tutorial, we will learn the formulation and theory. And after that, to verify the formulation, to verify the knowledge, we will try to do very first example of analyzing L frame. And we will do in ANSYS, and also we can write FEM codes in MATLAB, and we can have the roughly comparison between ANSYS and MATLAB to verify our formulation and knowledge. So that is all for section 2. And after that, I have section 3 here. I call it is codes used for own projects. The reason why I call that one, because in the later section, you can see that we have many projects regarding to specific structure, for example, 2D roof, 3D roof structure, etc. So in this project, we will need a framework of MATLAB codes, and I decided to split one section, section 3 here, code used for own project. And in this tutorial, I will describe in details the frames of codes, MATLAB code we can use for any project later on, and even in your practice when you want to analyze any beam structure, you can use that frame of code here to write the FEM code by yourself. So it is very important section here. And after that, we start going to specific projects. So the first project I decided to investigate is a 2D roof structure. And in this project, we will conduct analysis in ANSYS, and we also write FEM code in MATLAB, and we will have comparison between the two results here. So the second project is 3D roof structure. So I decided to extend 2D roof structure here to 3D. And in this project, we will learn how to write ANSYS input file and run analysis in ANSYS. And then we will try to learn how to write FEM code in MATLAB. And after that, we will learn how to extract the result from ANSYS, extract the result from MATLAB code, and make comparison for post-processing. In the project 3, frames of a building, I decided to investigate a very tall building. I think it's 60 meter height building. And firstly, we will conduct analysis in ANSYS. I call it part 1 to meshing the model. And after that, we will use that mesh model from part 1 here, import in MATLAB and run write the FEM code and run analysis in MATLAB. And after that, we come back ANSYS to run the complete the simulation in ANSYS. I call it part 2 here. And after that, we will extract the result from MATLAB and ANSYS to make comparison. Okay. So in the project number 4 here, I decided to investigate an offshore structure, a circuit platform, and we will again conduct the analysis in ANSYS, and we write FEM code in MATLAB, and we make comparison for all the degree freedom in this tutorial. The project number 5 here, it is I decided to investigate 2D lattice structure. So in this project, we will investigate very interesting 2D lattice structure which has negative Poisson ratio. And we will conduct ANSYS simulations. We will write FEM code in MATLAB, and we will make comparisons between MATLAB and ANSYS result. And moreover, we will have the experience to roughly estimate the Poisson ratio of the lattice structure. And the project number 6 here, it is actually the extent of 2D lattice structure. Here I call it the 3D lattice structure, and I decide to give that one as an exercise because I don't want to make any assignment for you. So I just decided that we can think that project is exercise for you to practice. And if you can complete this project and send me, I will be very happy to check and give the feedbacks. And the project number 7, because up to here you can see that we conduct many beam structure, but we haven't investigate strain and stress in the beam structure, because that is very important in structure analysis. So I decided that we need a project to investigate stress and strain. So firstly, in the tutorial number 27, 28 and 29 here, I will give you the formations of how to check the stress and strain in ANSYS, how to calculate stress and strain in MATLAB, and to apply the formulations. I decided to investigate a very simple example of single beam subjected to some loading, and we will try to calculate in both MATLAB and ANSYS to compare the result between the two calculations. And after that, I decided that we need to investigate more complicated structure, and I decided to go to 2D roof structure that we already investigated in the first project. And now we will try to calculate stress and strain for this project, for this structure, firstly in ANSYS, and then after that we will calculate in MATLAB. And because the calculation in MATLAB is very long, so I decided to split the calculation in MATLAB into 2 parts. You can see here is part 1 here, and here should be part 2, but they actually the same tutorial. And finally, we will go to the conclusion section, and in here I can show you my conclusion about the course, and of course the outlook. It is very important. So what else we should know before we start the course? As you can see that in any project, for example, you can see the project number 2 here, 3D group structure. Besides the video for the tutorial, I always upload a file here. Okay, so inside that file I will have PowerPoint, which is related to the lecture notes, and I also have MATLAB codes, which is you can download and use and practice and follow my tutorial here. And I also have ANSYS input file for you to learn and practice by using ANSYS. Okay, and in every project you should see that I will upload the resource or downloadable materials in the first tutorial. Okay, for example, in the project number 2 here, the first tutorial is lecture 12, 13 here I have file to download here, or you can download in here. The last tutorial in each project I also upload again the same file here. You can either download here or here, it's fine. So let me double check another project, for example frames of building. You can see that in the first tutorial of this project I upload some material here, and in the last tutorial lecture 19 here, you see I also upload the material here. So let me go to the X project to see what is inside. For example, here I have a compressed file here, but actually they are something like this. So in each downloadable file, you can see I have lecture note here. I have MATLAB code here that you can use directly and try to follow my tutorial. And I have IGES file here, which is the file I use for geometry. So you just use this file to import inside into ANSYS for your analysis. And I also have ANSYS input file here, which is I already write and I use for the tutorial. So you can try to learn from here. And if you don't know any course, just email me. I can explain to you. And finally, some ANSYS data that I used during the tutorial. So I will upload all of this one. You can see I compress in here and I upload into the course here, and you can freely download and use. Okay, I think that is all for this introduction tutorial. Hopefully that you can go smoothly and pass the course. And if you have any questions, any difficulty in terms of learning process, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'm very happy to support you, and hopefully that we can successfully complete the course. Thank you very much and see you on the next tutorial.